Hey guys, part two is going to have the rest of my college sketches and then at the end some personal projects. I plan to do more baskets, even though they take a long time. I rather enjoyed it and the resulting look after it. Just wanted to say that before we got into part two. So guys, welcome to part two. I'll just get right into it here. So this class is beginning ceramics. Most of it is note taking. A lot of note taking. Progress of it was first assignment, which is not sketched out because what I did was, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so these shapes are 4 slabs out of clay. You make the slab, you cut out the shape, and then what I did was form a shape using clay coils, and you just build on top of that slab. And what I did was freeform. I just went with the flow basically. As the coils were going up, I would take away, mash that clay sections together, and then build on top of that and just continue building and building until I liked a 3D shape I liked, basically. So with that, we go into the next assignment, which was pick an object and scale it up. So I had a small object and we had to scale it up to be at least 10 inches high, I believe. There was requirements. You can see my math, my scale up here, basically. Yeah. So a lot of note taking. Then after that, I did a lot of glaze figuring out colors, figuring out what stain does, what glaze does with stain beneath it, mostly clear glaze, and then using the wax method to prevent glaze from adhering to the clay once it's fired. And then you can see my shapes I did in the first assignment. I used as a glaze test as well, but they did come out pretty good. I don't have pictures of those sculptures, but mostly what I got out of my ceramics beginning class, because in my small sketchbook I did advanced ceramics, where we were free to explore the medium in our own way. And I went back to my first projects and did a whole series of those type of forms. And I cut into some of my clay stuff as well. Some of those you can see on my Instagram, actually. So check out my Instagram. Link in description, all my socials for social media, including my art page and art sites that I have, if I have them. So next we learn bowl making. Usually cylinders or cups is a lot harder than bowls, so we learned bowls first. And basically the notes for making bowls, and then notes for trimming bowls. Making sure your bowl is center on the spinning wheel for throwing clay and spinning it to trim it, making it all nice and smooth. Do that when it's green and whatnot. You can see, I don't want to show it fully, but these pages are really light. I'm not a fan of that. But after the bowls, and both bowls and cups, we put a blank sketch page, and that is how we critiqued the entire thing. every student went around and wrote a critique in our sketchbook, and I actually would like to read back those after this, but I don't want to show it because it's words from other people. You know, I don't know if they're comfortable with that or not. So I won't show it. This is just more note taking. We had to make, I think, 50 different cup designs, unique cup designs that speak to me, and I love more abstract forms, so that is why there's a lot of abstract forms for cups. Yeah. Handle. Just handle notes again. Just a lot of note taking. Figuring out what colors I like, what I want to do, raccoon, note taking. So what was the struggle at the university was printmaking class was limited. It was a requirement for me to take printmaking, and ceramics beginning was already time-consuming class. Printmaking is also a time-consuming class, so unfortunately I had to take those two at the same time, and so a lot of my weekends were spent at the campus working on my work, trying to get it finished before the due date. This is the only sketch I have for printmaking. I don't know what happened to my other sketches. I guess I did them on separate pages. I don't remember so far back, but I do remember this was a mask assignment, which I was already doing mask stuff before all of this personally as a exploring, and yeah, I was pretty unique to masks. Not unique, but already had unique ideas for masks. And this mask was like black here. I don't remember if I did purple and yellow complementary. I think that's the colors I did. Complements. And yeah, it was just pretty cool mask. I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately. So that was the one sketch I did in this book for printmaking. The rest is, like I said, towards the end, when I was taking advanced ceramics, I think most of these shapes were for this, my exploring of slab and freeform building up. I do have more in my small sketchbook, but I'll do that for another video once I get that sketchbook completely filled. I'll do a tour of it. Moving on. So just shapes again. I then revisited some of these shapes I didn't use, or did use, and I have an eye here and a nose and a mouth. This one I just have a mouth, because I plan to do a painting series focusing on shapes like this. This is later in the future because I have a different painting series I'm doing right now, which is way back in here. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff planned for art. Just I've been stuck in my current painting series, so I can't really move on. After painting, I want to do more 3D stuff. So that's why I have what I said in the beginning about my baskets, because both for this face shape idea and my basket shapes all came from these past shapes I did for my ceramics. Which again, this base slab was this shape. And then I built my coils around and just built a big shape. A big form. So yeah, most of these will just be that. X obviously means I didn't use the shape. It doesn't mean I didn't use it for something else, like my baskets or the face shape idea. But yeah, it takes me a while to finally figure out, hey, you know what? I'm wasting a lot of paper. And, I should try to conserve space more. Right about after my Vulture one. Here we go. Here's an embarrassing moment for you. I should have been doing my shape like this a long time ago, because I would have way more paper to do more sketches with. But, you know, I was just trying to push, get my stuff done. Yeah. That's my excuse. This sketch is something I didn't do a main piece for. I did sketch it out, but I just didn't want to. So this is stuff for my current series. On non-material paintings. I've did a promo for this before, and I've just been in the longest artist block of my life. Like, this quarantine was the perfect time to get work done, but I just couldn't think of ideas. I don't know why. Until like recently, like 2 weeks ago, ideas just started popping back in my head, and I was able to, I'm gonna get them going again. But, so what it is on non-materials is paintings on non-canvas stuff. So instead of a canvas or a wood canvas, so fabric or wood is what normal paintings are done on. This right here is a light fixture, acrylic, plexi, flat thing, and then a frame. Pretty big too, as well. I have posted pictures of this on my Instagram. Anyways, yeah. So stuff like that. This is a sponge brush, and I have poster board I'm doing paintings on and stuff like that. So this is, I like found words and the themes on it, but like it's hard to think. Yeah. That's a sketch for it. I haven't done that painting yet. My sponge brush sketch, it is not a swan. It completely changed to a different type of abstraction. Lost and Found was skateboard posters. I wasn't able to sell, so I sanded it down, gesso over it, and was going to do Found and Lost on it. But then I destroyed one by accident, trying to make it flat, get rid of the folds, and what I ended up doing was combining Lost and Found into one piece. So I combined the sketches into one. Rose, it was like a gala artist take their paintings over there. You had to do a rose painting. So this is my sketch for my rose painting. And lastly, Daisy app. Started by Macy Williams. Tovlo and Macy did like a competition thing on Daisy. This is my sketch for it. You basically make a pitch to them and they would fund it. This was going to be a large oil painting. I have a prototype I'm going to use in my non-material show. But eventually I will use this. And I have like just stuff about love, like a poem basically. So if you like this video, if you want to see more, well, I plan to do more anyways, but like, comment, and subscribe to know more about me, to follow me, what I'm doing. I'm also not about art. I'm not just about art, I'm also about gaming and whatnot. And this was a longer video than part one, so oops.